Giants offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here comes a major weapon in DeAndre Johnson. We'll keep our eyes on him all game long. The quarterback's telling us that he is going to be a problem. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Payne. Makes his way ahead, pick up a 3 and gets it to the 20-yard line. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Play fake. Nico Iamaleava finds his tight end. He's down right there. Short gain on the grab. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Coaches look at this stat every single football game. How do you execute on 3rd down? And a lot of times, man, it's about being in position and making plays, and that's exactly what he did. The right spot, breaking on the football, being physical, setting the tone in this football game.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Got the first down. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the tee out.
Trying to beat the D deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve the position. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Comes down, it's Johnson. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first, it's at the 37. The Ducks come come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Straight ahead, it's Payne. Drop immediately. He got nothing on first down. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava finds the tight end. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Ducks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Throwing, Iamaleava unloads to the wideout. It's complete. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7th. The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Beck's going for the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon! You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is the biggest crowds in the country, but Autzen Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Running inside, it's Hill. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard games just because of the body blow effect.
And as a quarterback, when you're facing man coverage, you've got to find your best one-on-one matchup. That receiver did a tremendous job. Quickness, changing direction, out of his break, able to create separation. There was no question the quarterback was going to target that receiver on that play.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep him covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second, and then they run open and they find holes in zones, or they get good matchups. And, man, those tight ends nowadays are nightmares for defenses to try to stop.
Tells the play fake, wants to throw on 1st down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And the Hawkeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Flip it out to the back on the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that 1st down on the screen.
And that's better protection up front by these guys. You give up a sack the play before, you got to give your quarterback some time. They do. And another thing that I really like, guys, what he did right here.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Now they'll try the right side. Pass to 6. just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football.
Going for the big play. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Hits inside. It's paid. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Iamaleava. Look out. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
Well, this defense knew coming into this game, playing one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, they were going to have to find a way to get him off rhythm. They're going to have to be careful doing it because of that speed, but that is huge for their confidence. They get their first sack of the game here in the first half, and you can all of a sudden see the body language on this defense. It has changed.
And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight it, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the wideout. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. And the Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Changing the routes with his receiver. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Just think such a big part of this offense is being physical and establishing the run game. They haven't had a lot of success offensively early in this one, and that's why right there, they're not able to get this guy going yet. That's got to change as this game goes on.
He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Under pressure, makes the grab. And that's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Not a lot of room to field this one. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go and win this game, so it's just a matter of executing better, don't they?
Yeah, executing better, understanding I still got the lead. Put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Throwing, Iamaleava. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Still on his feet at the 45. In enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Now, I love when offense
defenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Again, it's Iamaleava. Throws to the wideout. Got his man to the left. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. This defense might be reeling after those last 2 and now facing 1st and goal. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Touchdown, Ducks! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Moulton. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Rushes on. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Oh, he didn't get past the marker before starting his slide, and now it's 4th down. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Gonna field this one in tight corners. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think.
Goes high to pull it in. And this defense was flailing. Weaved his way and got down to the 26. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. With the catch, it's Johnson. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Out wide left, it's Johnson. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Iamaleava. Rush right in his face. Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. This is ultra-aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to give more of a push up front. The crowd is making it hard, though. I can tell you it is hard to hear as they try to struggle and communicate. We'll see if they're able to come together against this very hostile crowd. Guys?
Ollie, thank you. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Lofts one deep down the right side. Leaping grab for a big gain. He was off to the races and maybe another step or two and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. Wants to throw one first. Here comes the heat. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's first take a look at Georgia State taking on the number 14 team, the Virginia Cavaliers. And it's Georgia State able to escape with a 3-point victory. Talk about an upset. And that's now victory number 1 on the season. Hey, every journey begins with a first step, and this team will bask in the glory of this one for at least 24 hours. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Back to your game inside Autzen Stadium in Eugene. This wideout is enjoying a stellar day. 2 of those catches in the first half were 2 of the better grabs I've seen all season. And, of course, his overall stat line is helping the only stat that really matters, the scoreboard. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with the Ducks head coach coming out of the locker room at the half. He wants an even greater sense of urgency from his team. It's the Big Ten Conference season opener, and even though they had a good first half, more urgency, more execution here to start the third quarter is the team's focus coming out of the locker room.
Okay, Holly. The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the third down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The Ducks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've taken 3 haymakers right across the jaw, down 21-0, but David, now the chance to answer.
And this defense has been suffocating. And this is so hard. When you don't have the answers early, man, and the defense hits you in the mouth, you've got to find some plays quickly here to try to make this a football game.
This is an offense that has a lot of pride. They're not used to being in this position. I think it's going to take one effort, one individual great play to finally wake this team up and get them back some momentum.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Not a lot of room to make this catch. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Second and long here. Throwing, Imaliava. Makes the catch. It's Payne. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air, it's Imaliava. In traffic, it's Johnson. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone. The Ducks look to do some damage in the red zone. Quarterback changing the play. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Imaliava on the play action. Buying time to his right. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it, and what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game. They need a huge play on third and long. From the gun on third down, Imaliava. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
And his QB's put up a lot of numbers today and had a lot of success. But, man, he makes his first mistake. And this defense, they finally capitalize. They get the big turnover and stop.
Yeah, they needed something to go their way finally against the pass, and they get it right there. Now, if you're this quarterback, you got to turn the page quickly. Obviously, they're not going to stop throwing the football. They've had tons of success with this game tonight so far. He's going to be able to have to bounce back from that interception.
This offense has got to get this thing going, man. Nowhere to go. Where do you want the running back to go? He gets tackled for a loss. Offensive line has to block better. They got to create some holes. They've gone nowhere. Several drives, no points. They need something to go right for this offense.
The screen, he's got wheels. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Breaks through, it's Hill. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. And the Hawkeyes will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. Hauls it in at the 25. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Guys, here on the Ducks sideline, there is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what...
Going long. They went for it all on first down, didn't connect, but it gave the D something to think about. Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Got it in the middle, it's Griffin.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that third and short.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Looking for the marker. Uh-oh, look out. Turning it on. Touchdown, Oregon. He got a step and just dusted the field. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Might have a chance. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. And the pass goes incomplete, but the flag is down, and this one might be on the offense. A penalty on the play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. Still 2nd down, but now the offense is operating behind the chains. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
On 3rd down, here's Malton. He's knocked down immediately, trying to catch them napping on the run, and nothing doing. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on 4th down. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Iamaleava throws to the tight end. And this one will be ruled incomplete. Made the catch, but just couldn't stay in bounds. 3rd quarter opening week of the season, and they're facing 2nd and 10. Play fake. Iamaleava fires left and wings it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet.
He wants to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly... Afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. 2nd down to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Diaz. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. They've gotten off to a great start with a season-opening victory. Let's take a look at what's on the schedule for next week. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Sells to run, looking to pass. Oh, pressure's coming. Takes a hit as he fires. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Long way to go on second down. Looking for space. It's Hill. They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And the Hawkeyes are flying down the field. Fresh set of downs going up top. Got his man out of the backfield. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. The run inside. It's Hill. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. And they drop him for a loss, but there are penalty markers on the field. Let's check out the call. You might get away with grabbing just about anything except the face mask. Got to keep those hands below the face mask. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Couldn't set his feet.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snapped on 4th down. Fires to the right. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Intercepted, and he's got a convoy with him. Touchdown, Iowa! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
And listen, it's getting late in the game. It's in the 4th quarter, and they got to make something happen when you're down by this much. But tell you what, this onside kick went like the defense and the offense has gone for this day. It's just underwhelming, not successful, just been a bad day.
Looking for room at the 30. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. He's piled up 97 yards rushing, and he's making sure the defense feels him in this opening game. Making the adjustment on the play. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Play action. Iamaleava. They're all over it. And he can't quite make the connection as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
I think the QB wants that one back. You know, you're down here in the red zone, tighter areas, hard enough to fit it in, but definitely not wanting to fit it in against double coverage, and he misses, and probably a good miss because that could have been worse.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27. And the field goal unit is on the field. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And that will extend their lead even further.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we're looking pretty good.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Gonna look downfield again. They'll run the screen. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
So many playmakers, so much speed in college football, so many big plays after the catch. Not on this instance. The defense did a great job reacting to the throw, getting there in a hurry, and making sure he didn't get any yards after that catch.
Look out! Out wide right, it's Howard. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good game there. The Hawkeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Hill. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Ducks signal for their 1st timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Here's Iamaleava to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play. And the Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Making the adjustment. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Looking to get it in. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and the offense putting up more points, and guess who's jacked up? This home crowd starting the season off with offensive fireworks and looking to go 1-0. They are loving their squad.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has the ball back on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Might as well run him again. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And the Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to go up top on second down. Under pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Now Oregon will call it second timeout. And they'll still have one timeout left at their disposal. Finds a crease, it's Hill. Gets it out across the 40, stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. The Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He makes the fair catch at his own 8-yard line, and that might have kept him from being backed up even further. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Throwing, Imaliava. Lets it fly. He's got it inside the 30. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And they tacked on the extra point. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the back. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today.